When I first became a 911 operator, I thought it was the coolest job. I've always wanted to be a cop, but one thing kept me from doing so. I'm partially blind. I figured if I couldn't help people by protecting them from criminals, I might as well help them in the only other way I could: dispatching. Mondays, Fridays, and Sundays were the busiest days. The most terrifying and unusual calls were made on those days. Here are some of the more intense calls I've received. For confidentiality reasons, all names have been made up. This call came in early morning around 3 a.m.
911, what's your emergency?
Hello, my name's Brianna Roy, and I really need help.
What's your emergency, Brianna? Where are you located?
He's coming after me. I can hear him out there. He's gonna kill me.
Okay, who's going to kill you? I can send someone over as soon as you tell me where you are.
I don't know where I am. I woke up here. I just don't know where I am.
What do you mean you just woke up there?
We stopped on the side of the road to get some rest. We were driving to Portland, and then I woke up here in the middle of nowhere. But I can hear someone walking around out there. He's gone!
Who's gone?
Carter.
Who's Carter? Is he your boyfriend or something?
Yes.
I was starting to get confused.
He's not with you anymore? Was he there when you woke up?
No, I think he's gonna kill me.
Okay, I'm sending someone out now to come find you, but I want you to do me a favor and give me a description of where you are. What do you see right now?
I think I'm on a highway. I don't know. There aren't any road signs or anything, and there are trees everywhere. There's nothing out here, not even a single car.
Okay, keep on describing things to me, Brianna. Is there something that sticks out to you?
This is a tactic often used when people don't know where they are or they're panicking. It helps them breathe for a moment without worrying about the emergency at hand. Even if they focus for a minute, it gives their mind and body an opportunity to calm itself. It also helps me provide a good description of where they are for the dispatch.
There's a big tree that snapped in half. It's kind of on the road, but not really.
Her breathing stopped short, and she continued.
Did you hear that?
Brianna, I didn't hear that. Can you tell me what you think you heard?
He's walking around out there. He's following me. Where the heck am I?
Brianna, listen. I want you to get back into your vehicle and stay there. Do you believe that Carter is a danger to you?
I had my doubts before, you know. But now, I know that he definitely wants to kill me. He was just waiting for the perfect time.
Okay, police are on their way. What happened before you woke up? You said Carter wasn't there, right?
We were driving to Portland. My sister's getting married. Not tomorrow, but the day after. So we left after work today. I think we drove like 5 hours, and then we decided to stop. Because he said he was tired, and he didn't want to fall asleep at the wheel. We just pulled over and fell asleep. But then I was cold, so I woke up, and we were still on the road, but he was gone. He left me. How could he just leave me? I was screaming for him to come back, because I could hear him in the bushes, but he just wouldn't come back. He's planning something. I know it.
At this point, I was very confused as to what exactly was happening.
So let me get this straight. You fell asleep, you woke up, and then your boyfriend was gone, right? But now you think that he's trying to kill you? Why do you think that? Maybe he's looking for help.
I've always known. I can just tell. I don't trust him. I never did. He's the kind of person that says he likes my hair, but I know he doesn't. He doesn't love me. He never did. He probably only wanted to go to the wedding to sleep with my sister. Do you think he'll kill me?
She spit the words through her phone in very broken sentences, and I took a moment to process. This young woman was very unwell.
He's most likely trying to get you some help.
Are you in on it? Is that why you're defending him?
She retorted, and I was completely dumbfounded. What was I supposed to say? But just as I was about to speak, she started to panic.
I can see him. I can see him. He's got his hand behind his back. Do you think he's going to kill me?
I heard her open the compartments to the vehicle and shut them. She was turbulent.
Are the doors locked in the vehicle? I want you to talk to him through the locked doors. Can you do that?
Yeah. What do I say?
She whispered, and then I heard a knock at the window.
Just make sure you're safe with him. Ask him where he was.
I heard her repeat what I said back to her boyfriend, and after a few moments of what I heard as silence, she unlocked the doors.
Baby, I'm sorry. I walked up the road thinking I saw a gas station or something. I told you, the starter's fucked. Are you calling the police?
Yeah. I'm talking to someone right now. Do you want to talk to him?
They exchanged the phone, and Carter's voice came over the line with a simple hello.
Hi there. You must be Carter. My name is Ethan, and I'm with the Portland Dispatch. An officer should be there shortly. Did you say it was the starter? Yeah, I think it's a... Baby, what are you doing? Put that down right now. Carter, what's happening? Is Brianna alright? She's got a gun pointed at me.
Was this a setup?
Baby, what are you talking about?
I'm not a freaking idiot, Carter. I know you want to kill me. This was all part of your big plan.
Baby, what are you talking about? Carter, I want you to calm her down. Start by telling her that you love her and that you would never do anything to her. Baby, I love you. Why would I ever do that? Please, put the gun down. We can talk about this. I know you're scared.
Don't you dare lie to me. I know what this is.
I completely jumped in my chair, not expecting it to be the last thing I heard before the dial tone. I don't know the details of what happened once police arrived. I don't even know what happened to Carter or Brianna following the call. I checked the news every day, multiple times a day for weeks, hoping that I would get some sort of update on what happened that night, but nothing ever made it to the news. To this day, I still have no idea what happened to Carter or Brianna. What do you think happened? There are certain calls that I don't want to know the end result to, and that's usually when I know that it didn't end great. Sometimes, despite my curious nature, I tell myself that it's better not knowing and to just move on.
911, what's your emergency?
Please help me! We're badly hurt! Liam!
She kept screaming while repeatedly screaming the name Liam.
Okay, can you tell me where you are? What happened?
I'm off Route 33, off a trailhead. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It all happened so fast.
The highway she named was notorious for head-on collisions, as it was dark, winding, and only a 2-lane highway.
Okay, do you know exactly where you are? What's the last thing that you saw?
I don't know.
Look, I know you're scared and hurt, but I need you to give me some more details. The sooner I get that, the sooner the police and ambulance will get to you. Do you understand?
Okay. There was a little diner we passed, and I think the name was guess. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I wasn't really paying attention.
She was struggling to breathe, but thankfully, I had an idea where she was and provided the details for the responding officer.
You kept saying a name. I think it was Liam. Is that who you're with right now? Can you also tell me your name?
Melissa. And yeah, I don't know. I think he's unconscious or dead. My neck hurts too bad to look at him.
The ambulance and police are on their way. I need you to do something for me, Melissa. Do you have a free arm?
I can't.
She was trying to make out the words.
My other arm is stuck. I can't.
Melissa, it's going to be okay. Just hang in there. Help is on the way. Are you the driver?
I could hear some moaning in the background.
Liam? Liam, are you okay? I can't see you. Police are coming. We're going to be okay. Liam!
Melissa tried to sound reassuring as Liam was waking up, and almost immediately he started to scream.
Are you able to get out of the vehicle at all? You said your arm is stuck. Which arm?
The one next to the door. It's caught between the door and the seat. It hurts so bad.
Okay. Can you reach over to the door handle with your other arm? The one you're using to call me with.
Unfortunately, another car had collided with theirs, and the phone was now somewhere in the car. I kept repeating Melissa's name over and over again, hoping that she would answer the phone, but all I could hear was Liam shrieking in pain once more, and Melissa trying to speak, but gurgling sentences. This went on for a few minutes until the police arrived, and then I disengaged the call. A couple weeks ago, I finally approached my friend Mark about it and asked him if he had any information about the accident and whether the two lived or not. He got back to me a few days later and said that the passenger, Liam, had severed an artery from the debris of the accident and his legs had somehow bent underneath his own seat. The responding officer suspected he was slouching in the car. He unfortunately died shortly after help arrived. The driver, Melissa, had no longer looked recognizable from the nose down. The impact of the second collision caused her to bang her face on the steering wheel. She hit her face so hard that the steering wheel itself had been dented. Her nose and jaw were completely crushed from the impact, amongst other injuries to her body. They managed to pull her out of the car and got her to the hospital where she died a few days later due to internal injuries. Police determined that the cause of the accident was from a patch of ice on the off-ramp merging onto another highway. Their car had been going fairly fast as they lost complete control of their vehicle and rolled. The second collision was due to the same circumstances. However, it was later revealed that Melissa had been driving under the influence of alcohol. The two had been coming home from a party and were both fairly intoxicated. The responding officer had a hard time coming to terms with this call, as his own son was the same age as the two in the accident, only 17 years old. It was sometime in the early afternoon when this call came through.
911, what's your emergency?
I think I may be freaking out a little bit, but I'm in this guy's house, and I don't think he even lives here.
Okay.
I took a moment and to readdress the situation at hand.
Are you saying that someone invited you into their home, but you don't think that he is the owner of the house?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a salesman, so I go door to door and sell life insurance. And this man invited me into his home, but I don't think this is his home at all. It's like he's pretending to be the person who actually lives here.
Alright, do you know the address?
Yeah, it's 12 Hampton Lane.
What makes you think this man doesn't own the home?
There are family portraits all over the house, but he's not in any of them. He also seems nervous and doesn't know where things are. I don't know, I'm kind of freaking out right now.
Okay. I want you to take a moment to breathe. I'm sending out an officer. When you say he doesn't know where things are, what do you mean by that?
He invited me inside, and I'm alright, thanks.
He spoke loudly to what I assumed was the homeowner.
What's going on over there?
He's gone. I'm in the bathroom. He just asked if I was good. I don't want him to know I'm calling you.
He stopped for a moment and then continued.
Like I was saying, he invited me in and asked if I wanted a coffee, but couldn't for the life of him find the coffee or the mugs. I mean, that's strange, right?
That does sound a little strange. Can you tell me your name, and is there anything else that you've noticed?
Yeah, sorry. My name is Ryan. I don't know if this counts as anything, but I have a list of addresses with me and the names of people who live at those addresses. So, when I first arrived, I asked if I was talking to Mr. Darcy, and he said yes, and then he told me to call him David, but on my list of names, he's listed as James Darcy, not David.
Huh. Yeah, that does sound a little...
I'm just talking to a client, sir. I'll be out in a moment.
Okay, Ryan. I have an idea of what you can do. Do you have a pocket that you can put your phone in? Somewhere that I can still hear what's going on around you?
I only have the front pocket of my jacket. I mean, I usually put my phone there.
Okay, that's perfect. I want you to put your phone there, but make sure that I can hear you, and I want you to make your way out of the house. Got it?
He acknowledged, and I continued.
Tell him that there's an emergency with one of your clients, and you can return to discuss business with him later in the evening or tomorrow. No matter what, I want you to be calm, and don't bring attention to your phone. Understood?
He acknowledged once more. I heard him flush the toilet, wash his hands, and he left the bathroom.
That took a while. Did you fall in?
Sorry about that. A client of mine called, and there's an emergency that they need me to take care of at the office. Would it be alright if we rescheduled?
I'm wasting away here. I don't have all the time in the world like you 20-something-year-olds. You're all so young and inexperienced now. Don't know a good damn thing when you got it. You need guidance, and I need that damn life insurance.
Yes, I know, sir, but I really need to head to the office. Let's reschedule for later on today. How about 7 p.m.?
I'd like to get it done now if you don't mind.
How about I leave you with this brochure, and you can go through that while I'm gone, and you can pick out which policy suits you best. That way, when I come right back after this emergency, we can get things sorted nice and fast. How does that sound?
You seem nervous.
There was amusement in the homeowner's voice.
I'm just in a rush. I'm really sorry. I really need to go, though.
There was a slight struggle as the phone shuffled in someone's hands, and then there was the sound of footsteps running out of the house. A few minutes later, I heard police enter the home. The following day on the news, they broadcasted a story about a man who enters people's homes when they aren't there, specifically homes who have children between the ages of 14 to 21 years old, or young adults living on their own. Thankfully, the family had been out of the house at the time, and only Ryan had been injured. Thanks to Ryan, police provided a sketch of the man to the public. They also informed the public that he is a violent man and has sexually assaulted both a boy and girl aged 13 and 22 from his previous home invasions. They cautioned the people of the city to be vigilant and to keep their doors locked even when home. The thing that bothers me the most regarding this particular phone call is that the man was never brought to justice. After the sketch went public, it's like he just disappeared. This call came in around 8 p.m. on a Sunday.
911, 911, what's your emergency?
I can't live with this guilt anymore. I need to tell someone.
I sat back in my chair, expecting to hear some sort of confession about stealing from a store, doing a hit and run, or something along those lines.
I killed them.
You what? You killed them? Killed who?
I was shocked and stumbled over my words. I lifted my hand as I spoke, and my supervisor jumped onto the call.
My wife and kids. I killed them.
When did this happen?
A few days ago. I didn't know what to do, but I have to turn myself in. No one noticed they were gone.
There was sadness in his voice, but there was something missing.
Were you hoping that someone would notice?
I was. It would be easier than turning myself in, but no one noticed. I even wore this shirt with blood on it. And you know what my neighbor said to me? "Hey Bill, you got a little something on your shirt." And walked right back inside his house. I thought he was going to call the police, or that he would say, "Hey Bill, where did that blood on your shirt come from?" I would have told him right then and there.
I was dumbfounded. Was he proud of what he did? Was he just too scared to come clean? Did he even regret his actions?
Can I ask why you killed them, Bill? Where are the bodies?
I was so angry.
He broke out into sobs.
Tell me what happened. It's okay. Why were you angry with them?
I just kept feeling like I was the one doing all the work around here, and I don't know. I lost control of myself.
Okay, I understand. I know this will be a hard question, but where are they now?
They're downstairs in the laundry room. I had to move them because they started to smell in their beds.
Is that where you killed them? While they were sleeping in their beds?
I know it's so wrong. Please understand that I didn't mean to do it. I lost control.
Tell me everything, okay, Bill? What are your kids' names?
No matter how much I didn't want to know, the more information that I could provide to the responding officers, the better. Even if that meant feeling sick to my stomach.
Mason and Valerie.
Okay, what happened to Mason?
Oh, Mason, my oldest. I hit him really hard with a bat. I think it was twice.
Okay, how old was he?
10.
I took a deep breath, urging myself to breathe out whatever I was feeling towards this man.
Okay, what happened to Valerie?
I suffocated her.
He stuttered.
How?
With a pillow.
How old was she?
My wife said she was 14 months the other day.
I gulped back a lump in my throat. This time tears were burning my eyes.
Okay, what about your wife? What's her name?
Janice. I strangled her.
He was calm as he spoke.
Okay, Bill. I know this is hard, but the police will be there any second, okay? You need to surrender to them.
I know. I'm so sorry.
I know, Bill.
A few moments later, the police arrived, and Bill was arrested without any problems. It was only until an investigation was made and a series of trials that people found out the truth as to what really happened that day. Bill pled guilty on the stand while recounting what he had done. The truth of it was that Bill had been sexually assaulting his son for years, and Mason had fought back that day trying to hit Bill with his baseball bat, only to infuriate Bill. Bill, in turn, killed Mason and proceeded to kill the rest of his family out of anger. According to a friend of mine on the force, Bill was the most chilling person he had ever met. He said that although there was emotion in his voice, he lacked it in his eyes. He compared it to looking in the eyes of a porcelain doll, void of expression and very unsettling. Bill was charged with 3 back-to-back counts of first-degree murder. He will never see beyond his prison cell again. I can't speak for every dispatcher out there, but I've always had a hard time dealing with these certain types of calls. Sometimes hearing the end result to a call is the worst part, because there's only so much you can do over the phone. During this period of time where all I can do is listen, I'm left wondering what happened. Where did I go wrong? I'm left thinking that it was because I didn't do enough. Sometimes I blame myself for the entire outcome of the call. A part of the job that really frustrates me is when people don't listen to what I'm telling them to do. I often think that if they had listened, their lives could have been spared, or the outcome could have been better in the midst of an emergency. More often than not, I blame myself for their actions, especially if it's one of a child or teenager. This call came in around 1 a.m. on a Friday night.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm going to sound crazy.
Don't worry about that. What's happening there?
Okay, well, me and my friends did something stupid, and I don't feel safe.
What did you guys do? What's your name?
Carrie. We all got drunk and played with my friend's Ouija board.
A part of me was somewhat annoyed, as I'm not a strong believer in those kinds of things. Paranoia wasn't always an emergency, but she did sound scared, and this was my job after all.
Carrie, are you sure you're not just scared?
Do you hear that?
She whispered, and I heard the faint sound of some things falling to the floor.
This kind of stuff has been happening for an hour now. My friends are gone and I'm home alone.
Where are you right now? I'll send the police over, okay?
I'm in my bedroom and things keep falling in the kitchen and I can hear him. Should I check it out?
Carrie, listen to me. If there's an intruder in your house, you need to hide. You can't go down there. I don't want you getting hurt.
I need to check it out. I know the voice.
Whose voice is it?
My brother.
So your brother's home?
I was a little confused.
No, my brother died 4 years ago. That's why we had the Ouija board out.
I really don't think it's your brother, and I need you to stay where you are. Okay, Carrie?
I heard her walking towards the source of the noise.
Please, just send the police in case it's not him. I'm scared.
Okay, they're on the way. Carrie, please stay where you are, okay?
No, I have to make sure it's not him.
Just stay on the phone with me in case something happens, okay?
I was worried for her safety, knowing that I had heard the faint sound of something falling as well.
Okay, the noise has stopped.
I heard her walk about her house. Her breathing was getting more ragged as she approached what I assumed was her kitchen.
What the?
Talk to me, Carrie. What's going on?
The glasses are all over the floor and everything's turned over.
Okay. Can you get somewhere safe to hide?
I think so. Yeah. Why is he doing this?
Are you hiding?
Yeah, but I can hear someone walking around. When are the police coming?
They're a few minutes away, don't worry. Everything's going to be just fine.
I stopped and listened. I found myself holding my breath as I heard the sound of someone close to Carrie. I heard their footsteps, and Carrie whimpered softly.
Shh. I know you're scared, but don't say anything. I can hear it too.
The footsteps slowly dissipated, and Carrie let out a sigh of relief.
I think he left.
She whispered just before she screamed.
Get off me! No! Please stop! You can have anything you want. Please don't!
She started pleading with her intruder. She was still speaking in between sobs, and all I could do was listen. She started to cry even harder, and I heard her intruder grunt. She started to scream for help. Then there was a thud, and then I could only hear the intruder. I won't describe the events of what happened next, because there are no words to describe how awful it was. The intruder left just in time before the police arrived, 15 minutes late. I then heard the police enter the room and say something to one other, and the officer picked up the phone, stating his name and the police department, and I was told to disengage the call. I found out later that the reason why the officers were so late to the dispatch was because they went to Lindsay Street across town and not Linderley Street by accident. Thankfully, they were suspended, and rightfully so. I did, however, find out 3 weeks later from talking with an officer that Carrie was fine after all. A part of me figured as much, seeing as though I didn't come across her obituary, but my heart still aches for this girl. She was only 18. Police suspected that the intruder was someone Carrie knew. They came to that conclusion because Carrie and her friends posted on multiple social media sites about Carrie staying home alone for the weekend.